Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherweb.net, on Sunday the 2nd of February. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're having a good Sunday. It's been a better Sunday, hasn't it, across the country? Saturday's so awful, but at least today I think most places have managed to see some sunshine, and the heavy showers that are around this morning finally have been dying away. Okay, let's have a look at a few things then. Let's see what's going on. Oh, goodness me. I hope you didn't hear my tummy rumble then. I'm waiting for my roast. I hope you've had a good Sunday roast as well. We've got duck this afternoon. I wonder what did you have then? Anyway, enough of this talk about food. Let's get on and see what's going on. You're going to hear much, I think, over the next couple of days, perhaps a little bit longer, from some quarters about warming that's taking place in the stratosphere over the next 10 days. I think what people don't tend to realise is that you need other things to fall in place. Just because the stratosphere is warming, you can't look at it and say, oh my goodness, the stratosphere warming, therefore we're going to go cold. You need other things to be in place as well. So, really, I don't think we can take much notice of it, but a little worthwhile just bringing up just an idea of what's going on with the stratosphere just at the moment. This is the 30 millibar temperatures across the North Pole from the Japanese Met Agency, and the grey line is the average, so this is the mean. This is where it should be. You see that we've been running below. There has been some warming of late through January into February, look, but we're still below normal. Yeah, briefly it went above normal, but we're still essentially below normal. It's going to take quite a bit to get up. It's probably going to come up somewhere near here, I would have thought, during the next few weeks. And this is the warming that folks are going to be concentrating on. Let's just show you this. This is the 10 HPA, so 10 millibars across the pole. So this is where we are now, and this is where we're forecast to be in 10 days' time. So there is a modicum of warming that's taken place, look, in kind of here, but really you do need more than just that in order to get cooler air kind of filtering down. It seems to be the latest thing, this idea of stratospheric warming, to get cold weather coming in. Now, you see, the thing is that once you've had any warming, you tend to be looking sort of 3 weeks down the line for any cooler weather coming in, and that's going to put us towards the end of February. Now, what this probably does is it does aid the development of higher pressure, but it's not quite in the right position to be really bringing us any cold weather. And so actually I think it could be fairly good news. Now let's just look at the QBO. So the QBO is in a westerly phase at the moment. We need it to go easterly, and this is from the University of Berlin. Grey basically means these are levels in the atmosphere. You can see down here. Okay, you see the dates across the bottom here as well. So you see how it's been in a westerly component, which is this grey here that you can see, and you notice how with time you get these filters down. Look, you see how it kind of propagates down through the atmosphere. So what's going to happen is you can roughly draw a line something like that, okay, to get us into an easterly QBO. Probably this is kind of February in here, okay, so we are going more into an easterly, but it's going to be more heading into the spring and it's the summer before we get into that easterly, so it's too late basically for that component to come in. So a lot of these signals, yeah, might be falling into place, but we're about 2 or 3 weeks too late, I feel, for any real chilly weather to come in. But there may actually be good news in terms of building pressure. It does amuse me though, because amateur meteorologists tend not to do that, and I say amateur with the greatest respect. I mean, I've told you all the way through, I consider myself to be an amateur who happens to do this full-time for a living and happens to have been, you know, I think fairly successful of it in terms of having the companies there behind me. But I still consider myself an amateur. You know, I'm learning every day, and I've got that amateur mindset, and what you tend to find is that actually it's not the amateurs that witter on too much about stratospheric warming on its own. They tend to look at lots and lots of other different things. What you tend to find, it's people who are doing it more professionally that tend to just look at stratospheric warming and think, oh right, there's some warming going on, so therefore this is going to happen. And what you tend to find is that they're the ones who've missed it in the first place and tend to follow what the amateurs are saying on the forums. So it amuses me a little bit, I must admit. It brings a wry smile. Long live the amateur is what I say, because without you guys, believe me, a lot of the time the profession wouldn't advance. So thanks to all of you. If you're not doing this full time as a living, and if you're amateur, it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. I love seeing your postings on the forum. I love seeing your thinking as well, and why you're predicting what you're predicting. It really is great. So never think at all that an amateur is a put down term, because it is not. You're the guys who drive meteorology. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox now about the profession, and just look at the CFS, where it's going with things. This is week one. You see the lower than normal heights here, bringing the jet stream through here right now, hence the reason that we're unsettled. Week two looking like this on the output from today. Still got lower than normal heights out towards the west of the country. It really does make a big thing of it. This is 9th to the 15th. It's milder conditions, but it's very stormy again during that period. And I back that up. I think that's exactly what's going on here. Then on to week 3, 16th to the 22nd of February. Still got lower than normal heights here. Look, still got this flow coming through here, this strong jet flow. But things starting to settle off a little bit. I'm still going to go for this date. As many of you know, 18th to 19th is my day for a change taking place. So let's have a look and see what happens into week 4 when we get this happening. It's showing today strong jet stream, low up to the north, high heights down towards the south, but with those high heights to the south, you'd probably expect a ridge to do something like that during this period. So it would bring drier weather, particularly to the south of the country, still quite wet across northern and western parts of Scotland, which is basically what I've been saying. So I'm still going to stick with my dates, 18th, 19th. Let's see what happens. And of course the stratospheric warming would start to filter through a little bit by then, but as I say, I think it's going to be a rising pressure rather than anything else. Anyway, I was just having a meander through what the CFS was thinking in terms of a longer look ahead, and it's been pretty consistent. So just wanted to show you this. This is the forecasted temperatures for March, and you can see them there being above normal. Really warm out here, look, over the continent. And basically that's all thanks to more of a southwesterly flow coming in across there. But for most, look, above normal across the UK. A precip looking like this through March as far as the CFS sees it. Look, wet for Ireland, western parts of Scotland, but much more normal rainfall amounts, look, across England and also Wales. Really dry out here, look, across the eastern parts of Europe and across Spain and Portugal as well. And you can actually pick up why it's doing this if we look at the forecast 200 millibar flow. And what this shows us, look, is above normal heights here, look, straight through the UK, across Europe, bit of a ridge building in there, below the normal up here, but that's essentially a westerly flow. So what it's trying to do is to build pressure down to the south and across much of Europe, so hinting at a drier, fairer March. And you know, this idea of a good spring has been building in there. The thing is that I've got this feeling of a good spring, so quite a good March, April, perhaps even May has been pretty good, and it may be really good after what we've just had. But I have a suspicion the summer is not going to be a particularly great one. And it's interesting, the CFS starting to back up those ideas. So what about April? Well, April, it's going for nearer normal temperatures across the UK. Still very warm look across Eastern Europe. April rain looking like this. Wetter than normal across the south of the UK and into parts of France as well. So what's it trying to indicate here? Well, look at the 200s again. They're showing a ridge across most of the UK and across central parts of Europe as well. So a bit of a confused signal from the CFS. I'm just wondering if it's trying to pick up on conditions that generally are quite warm and that are actually probably more showery across central and southern parts of the country. Some pretty heavy, thundery showers around during that time. I actually think April not looking too bad again. And then May looking like this. Warmer than normal temperatures, look, across the south of the UK, near normal elsewhere, warm across much of Europe. Rainfall totals showing drier out towards the east, wetter through the UK. And what I think this is trying to show is it's trying to build pressure out here, put lower pressure in here. So a trough of sorts sort of in here, rotation of the wind, something like that. That brings in the warmer air off the continent, and with high pressure off towards the east would certainly bring dry weather there, but it would bring kind of showery conditions across parts of France and across the UK, but we'd be in quite warm weather. So I think that's what it's trying to do, and this is pretty much a very similar setup to we've seen so far with that trough that's been at 500 millibars, kind of just lying through that sort of area there. So seeing that sort of pattern. And if we look at the 200 millibar anomalies. Look, it's trying to put in a trough here. You can see the trough line there, just in the anomalies, just through there. Look, and the ridge that it's got out here. So that would back up that idea of the flow that I've just shown you, kind of rotating around like so, and with an east-southeasterly flow through the UK like so, bringing mild conditions. It's just interesting to see how this is trying to work this out. But I'll have more on that for you. We're issuing our spring guidance to clients, to private clients this week, so I'll let you know more as we do that. And of course, if you're interested in being a private client, get in touch. Top of the page here, we've got a contact form, so please do send an email. Anyway, just a quick look before we finish through this week. Southwesterly flow for today brought us a better day through Sunday. Monday sees more rain edging in from the west later on, so wet late afternoon into the evening. Tuesday, actually one of the better days. Brighter, drier, sunny spells, but we've got this rain out towards the west look that's going to be moving in. Pretty heavy rain overnight into Wednesday. And then for Wednesday, windy old day. Showers rotating around this blowing eastwards. Really heavy ones, I think, for Wales and for southern coast of the country. Thundering there as well. Thursday sees some rain affecting the south and the east, not clearing very far during the day. Some showers around western Scotland, Western Ireland, but for most places it's dry, it's fine, and we've got some sunny spells. And then Friday looking like this, bit of a better day, ridge of high pressure building in. Still some rain though affecting these eastern coasts of East Anglia and South East England. A fair day for most, few showers around the west, but then this low moving in, bringing some rain from the west later on. So a few ideas there for you then, just to get you going as we look ahead into spring. Once again, thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Now, you very kindly keep us free of charge because you keep coming back using the site and using the charts, and that's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you very much for doing that, because it means we can put more adverts in front of you. That's what generates the revenue. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. You can follow us on Twitter at WXWeb, or do a search on Facebook for Weather School. But for now, thanks for watching. Whatever you're doing, have a great day and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.